Hi, it's G from Native Speakers Academy, your friendly, holistic language school. Hopefully friendly. Anyway, welcome to Simple Lessons, another short philosophy to help you make choices in your everyday life, specifically designed for teachers and students. These are themes and topics that I discuss with some of the clients of the school in order to help them make choices that they need to make in their life. See, we're not just a language school. Right. We help people in all kinds of ways. So today's little piece of information is about the nature of good habits and how to develop them. So all success begins with good daily habits. If you don't have good daily habits, you might as well forget any ideas you have about getting anywhere. So here are some tips and tricks on how to build better routines into your daily life. So we're going to look at three areas. We're going to look at schedules, productivity, and competitiveness. Schedules, productivity, and competitiveness. So first, schedules. Time is limited. I don't know anyone who has unlimited time. So that means time spent on this is time away from that. Be aware that you can't do everything. You have to make choices. So be selective. Make a clear choice and set a limit and a deadline on your time. Give yourself a timetable. Give yourself a framework for the work that you want to do. And this also includes setting aside time for unstructured ideas and unstructured learning as well. I know it sounds like a contradiction, but you need to set aside time for unstructured activity. So you need to give yourself a little bit of freedom. And time itself essentially is just limited space. So there's a piece of philosophy to think about there. So that's the nature of schedules. Next, productivity. Now, being busy does not always mean that you are being productive. To be able to understand your own productivity, you need to look at and assess your output and compare your input energy in terms compare it with the output that you produce. Usually you always need to input more than comes out, and that's just a part of life. So habits can also be negative. This is not just in terms of addictions, but this is from the perspective that habits can keep things the same. And very often what we need to do in life is mix things up a little bit in order to get a different perspective, a different view, and have a little bit of progress. So think about mixing things up and assess where your physical energy and your mental energy goes. Are they going in the same direction? Are they working in the same way? I have a quote on the wall at home which is about where the mind goes when it wanders. So where the mind goes, the body tends to follow. So think about that in terms of constructive productivity. Are you headed in the right direction, the direction that you need to be going in? And the direction you need to be going in is not always the direction you want to be going in. So that's productivity. And thirdly, I want you to think about competitiveness. If you can make a game of the process, then you have the opportunity to give yourself an advantage. What this means is that you can compete with yourself, and you need to, I think, always do this: compare your present self to your self in the past, to look at any progress or regress that has happened. Within this principle, games often include rewards. So you need to reward yourself and plan in the rewards. And rewards, in essence, lead to habits, and hopefully good habits. Consider how computer games tend to work. They offer you rewards to hook you into the game. You collect something, and then you have to collect something more, and this leads you to collect something else, and this leads you to look for something, and this means you need something else. And so they give you these little rewards to hook you in. There's no reason why you can't hook yourself into your own ideas that you need to be successful in your life. And as with all games, give yourself some rules to follow, some borders and some boundaries to keep you on track, and play to your own rules on your own terms. Don't get caught playing other people's games to their rules. Stick to what you know. So the three principles that affect the nature of good habit that we've looked at are schedules, productivity, I would say personal productivity, and competitiveness. Things that you might want to include in your daily experiences. And now these ideas are important because your energy is limited. It's not just time that's limited, it's also your energy. Start the day in the right way, travel in the right direction, finish the day in the right way. All part of a scheduled lifestyle. Keep a clear path. Have clarity about your vision for your goals and what you want to do. Avoid clutter and a mess. Unless you are in the workshop of a genius or around a 3-year-old. Something to think about. Enjoy the process and try to follow these 3 principles to help yourself develop the concepts of good habit, because it's the seconds that lead to minutes, the minutes that lead to hours, the hours that lead to days, the days that lead to weeks, the weeks that lead to months, the months that lead to years. There's an interconnectedness that is inescapable there. There are many more principles. These are just 3, something for you to think about. So keep in contact and let me know what you think about these principles.